Brock, simply, can you sort of tell us your reaction to it being the Brewers that were the team? I know there were lots of teams probably that you thought had interest. Were the Brewers one high on your list?
Uh, Honestly, first off, I just want to say how grateful I am for this opportunity. But to answer your question, the Brewers weren't high on my list at all. So I think it just makes it that much better of a story for myself to go to a team who wasn't really in the mix, and then last minute they come in the mix, and things happen for a reason, and couldn't be happy to be a Brewer right now.
Brock, congrats on the big day. What was the contact process with them? I mean, who'd you hear from? Who did you know? Leading up to this, and kind of how was the phone call today and the surprise?
Yeah, I honestly, my agent called me about 2.5, 3 minutes before the pick, and he's like, "You want to be a Brewer?" And I'm like, "Yep." And we kind of already had the money situation figured out, so he called me. He's like, "You want to be a Brewer?" And I'm like, "Yep, let's do it." And we got the money situation figured out right away. From then on, I was super stoked to be able to call myself a Brewer now.
Brock, obviously, the home run record is a big part of your story, and probably the first thing that comes up when people, learn a little bit about you. Well, can you tell us like your relationship to home runs? Because a lot of power hitters say you don't try to hit home runs; they kind of happen when you put a good swing on a ball. Just what is your thought process about hitting homers?
Yeah, always. It's a funny story. I grew up as a bigger kid. Always hit a lot of homers, and I got to about 14 years old, freshman year on varsity at my high school, and had one extra base hit. It was my first at bat in high school varsity baseball, and I hit a double. The rest of that year was singles. So I kind of had to grow into my body, grow into my hitter a little bit, and the more I do that, the more I learn my body, the more I learned about hitting and my approach. I kind of grew into my power a little bit. But like as you said, we don't go up there trying to hit a lot of homers. We just kind of stick to our approach, and if we put a good swing on it, we know that our barrel's in the zone long enough that it has a chance to go out throughout all the ballpark.
Is there anyone in particular you model your swing after, or has kind of influenced your swing?
I have a really unique setup, so it's kind of how I figured out how to work my body and go from there. My swing is very unique. My type of play is kind of unique. So I really didn't model after anybody. You're always taking bits and pieces here and there from different guys, whether it be hitting guys, whether that be pro guys, whatever it may be. But I kind of just go out there and play the game to my strengths, and go out there and do my own thing, and just let the rest happen.
Brock, the 3-homer game, can you describe what that day was like?
Yeah, that game was pretty special. I knew it had a chance to be my last game at David F. Couch Ballpark and in Winston-Salem. So being able to hit 3 homers on the biggest stage was really surreal. Going out like that on a day where we're facing a really good team. Alabama's a really good team. You got to give them a lot of credit. Their game plan is really good. But I just put 3 good swings on 3 hittable pitches, and they happened to leave the yard. It was a good day to hit at the couch, and being able to do that kind of cement my legacy in Wake baseball history is pretty special.
Brock,
Hey,
go ahead, Adam.
Well, I was just going to ask about, I saw your uncle played a little pro ball, and I was wondering if he was an influence in your baseball career.
Yeah, my uncle's my guy. I can't say enough words to describe him. We are beyond similar. It's kind of crazy how close we are. Being able to move down to Florida from North Carolina, and play for him. That's where I played in high school. I grew up, and I played for him all 4 years of high school. So, every day during lunch, I was either working out or I was hitting with him during our lunch periods. We kind of made our lunch periods the same so we could either work out or hit at the field together. So, I was spending my lunch with him, just talking hitting, talking life, whatever it may be. We're really close, and he didn't have much of an influence until I got to 13 or 14 years old when he became my hitting coach. He's had the biggest impact on my life so far, and I really value our relationship, and more to come.
Brock, doing some numbers surfing here. You can see the walks went up and strikeouts went down this year for you. What went into that improvement?
Yeah, I think it was just a maturation process. Everyone matures throughout college. Being able to have that experience, 2 years on the Cape, a couple weeks with Team USA, and then the ACC. I'm always playing against the best competition. So being able to go out there and grow and learn from my process. And I think this year was just being more consistent with my two-strike approach in general. I think that's what really made me a good hitter this year, was being able to go out there and, not swing at the same balls I was swinging at last year. My strikeouts went down a lot because I had a better two-strike approach. Honestly, that led to a better no-strike and one-strike approach, which allowed me not to get two strikes a lot. So being in that situation, really helped me grow. I think that's about it.
Did you get a chance to talk to Red Lauder after have you guys talked tonight?
Yes, sir. We exchanged a few texts here and there. Hopefully we can get an apartment in Arizona, live together during some spring training stints. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Can you tell us a little bit about him? What are the Reds getting?
Yeah, him going to the Reds, that's gonna be pretty special. We're now in conference rivals. So being from the same team to going to the NL Central together, it's gonna be pretty special. Gonna face each other a lot. So he's the man on and off the field. He's just an absolute dog, competitor. Whatever he does, he wants to be the best at it. So being able to grow and learn from him, and just really see how he works on and off the field, made me a better player and a better person in general.
Brock, curious if you know any guys in the Brewers system at all going into this, or whether it's like playing against them or playing with them. I don't know if they have any Wake Forest guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have any Wake guys, but I may know a few. I'm gonna have to do some research again, but I know Mike Bovee a little bit. He just got selected. Congrats to him. He's a really good player, really good hitter. Played against him a lot on the Cape. So being able to go up there and learn and grow with him will be pretty special.
What are they getting in Mike Bovee?
Dude, they're getting a ball player. That dude's a grinder. He didn't come from us Power 5 guys. He's an absolute grinder, a really good player. I know what he's gonna produce day in and day out, and I'm really excited to get to work with him and learn from him, and see where we can bounce ideas off each other, and get to have some good competition with one another.
Not to give any leverage away here for you in negotiations, but you mentioned the money seems to be working out. Are you hoping to get this thing signed and sealed as quickly as possible?
Yeah, man, I'm really hoping to get this squared away as soon as possible. Like you said, to be able to just go out there and go play again. Get some at bats under my belt. I'm really excited to play. I love playing the game. I really never want to break. 2 weeks here and there is fine, but I want to play and I want to continue to get better. So being able to go and play right away and get this done faster is my goal and approach from here moving forward.
All right, thanks, Brock, for your time tonight. Congratulations. Appreciate you jumping on with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'll look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you, Brock. Thanks for doing this.
Yes, sir.
All right, Adam, you want to start?
Yeah, Todd, can you tell us a little bit about coming to Brock as your first pick? He had indicated it surprised him a little bit. Players here from different teams, and I'm not sure he had the Brewers as super, super high on the list of possibilities.
Yeah, we're fairly tight with who we're considering, definitely at most of our picks. So yeah, it's, one of those where we consider a lot of different options at different spots. And, we don't always, identify which ones we're going to go to at a certain point. And, we work through their advisors and that kind of thing at the kind of negotiation phase. But we definitely did a good job scouting Brock. Taylor Fredericks, our area scout out there, he knew him well, had spent time with him. It's from Wake Forest, and we actually had some inside scoop on Brock from last year. Anyways, one of our former scouts was a coach there actually, so we got some good inside knowledge from how Brock is, with teammates and in the dugout and that kind of stuff. So yeah, went through a bunch of different options. There was a lot of guys potentially in play there, and then when we landed on Brock, we're really excited to get probably the best power in the draft. I'm going to say it's the best power in the draft. Maybe it's not, but I think it is. And a guy that we think has a really good shot to stick at third also.
You guys deviated a little bit from the contact up the middle bat from the first round in the last couple of years, would you say? Going with the power back, could you kind of take me through the thought process in that?
It was the best player on our board at the time, so that's what we're always looking for. And yeah, it's a different profile, but his contact rates have actually improved over time as well. And everyone knows if you're going to take big power, you're probably going to trade off some contact for that. So we think we got a profile power hitting third baseman who's also a good defender and has a really strong arm over there.
To follow up on that, what did you guys see from the plate discipline improving? Because the numbers, like the strikeouts and walks, do look better this last year.
Yeah, he's just grown as a hitter every year. So, guys get better with that. They, make better swing decisions. They, improve their contact. They start knowing what to hunt and what zones they want to get pitches into. And so they just, they improve in that way. So, we felt like Brock had made good strides in that area, and that it was a really good sign for, what a guy with that kind of power could do, if that continues to improve there.
Todd, you said you like him at third base. If he does, were to expand his defensive repertoire like so many of your guys do, does the arm make like right field? Would that be like in play potentially?
Yeah, I could see that. I don't, we're going to send him out to third and try and develop as a third baseman, give him every chance to be that. But he's not, he's very athletic for his size. He's a big human. So we're excited by that, but he is an athletic mover for being as big as he is. So, he's not, I do think right field would be an option if we wanted to have that flexibility or if he, if we needed to, but I don't think we're that worried about him being able to stick at third.
Hey, Todd. Just curious what you guys like about Josh and what you're getting in him.
Yeah, Josh is it's kind of a late rising guy. He did a lot of the stuff in the summer. All the high school kids kind of do summer, showcase, that kind of stuff. And he was at all that stuff and pitched really well. And then he came into the spring and it was just another level. He had added like 3 to 5 miles an hour in his fastball. He'd actually started throwing a slider that he wasn't throwing in the summer. And just, he's always been a really good pitcher who really, dominated the strike zone as well. So once the stuff took a tick up, he went significantly up the board. We were excited he was there when we got him. I know we heard from other teams around us that were interested as well. So, I think he wasn't necessarily well known on some of the industry list stuff as somebody who might go that high, but we're pretty sure other teams were certainly in play right around where we ended up taking him.
The curveball is the big pitch with him. Is that right?
That's the pitch that he threw a lot in the summer, and it's a really good pitch. The new slider he added as well is also a really good pitch, and his fastball has really good. We're pretty excited about that as well. And he does have a changeup. High school kids don't have to throw their changeups very often, so they don't really. But he has good feel for that as well. And we think with his athleticism and one thing we do is get kids stronger. So. I would, and I'm not saying he's not strong, he is, but he's, a younger bodied kid who can still add strength as well and add to that athleticism.
How about Bovee, Todd? The contact looks like he makes a lot of contact.
Yeah, I mean, his contact numbers are elite. He actually hits the ball. He hits the ball pretty hard. He tends to hit it on the ground a little bit. But we think that the combination of just his zone control and ability to make hard contact. I mean, he's a bigger guy as well. He's a pretty good mover. So again, the guy that we think can play third, I'm not in charge of, but I think we would, probably give him some reps at second as well and see if that maybe works. Build that versatility you were talking about. But we do think that the bat has some really, really interesting traits to develop and, potentially, get him to more power as well. And even if he doesn't, I mean, he's going to hit a lot of hard line drives and gaps and stuff like that. So we're excited he got there. Really liked him. Our area scout, Riley Bandolo, did a really good job there with him. Drew Anderson's the supervisor there. So, excited to be able to add a guy like that where we did also.